Today, I want to discuss something that I find utterly ridiculous. There's this documentary that has caught my attention, and just like the documentary, there's a headline that I need to talk to you all about. So, let's dive right into it. Please, try to hold your laughter until after I finish reading this headline. Are you ready? After all those rumors, the Sussexes are separating. Their brands. Alice on Bischoff reveals how Meghan wants to escape Harry's victim narrative and lead with love, while he wants to be seen as a global philanthropist. Now, take a moment to let that headline sink in. I couldn't help but make this face while reading it. Okay, let's break it down. First, let's address the notion that Meghan wants to escape Harry's victim narrative. Who's playing the victim here? While I won't deny that Harry has played the victim card at times, let's not forget how many times we've heard Meghan talk about her struggles. From crying on the floor to claiming mistreatment by the royal family and her father, Meghan has a track record of playing the victim. Now, about Meghan wanting to lead with love. Since when? Let's ask anyone who's ever worked with Meghan or tried to be friends with her if she's known for leading with love. It's not a description that comes to mind when thinking about her. And then there's the desire to be seen as global philanthropists. If you want to be seen as philanthropists, you don't boast about how much money you spend, especially when it comes to charity events like Invictus. It's supposed to be about honoring servicemen and women, not about flaunting expensive accommodations. Where is that money coming from, anyway? Now, on to the speculation of the Sussexes' separation. They might be separating not just in terms of business ventures but possibly in the relationship too. I've mentioned before that I believe the endgame is approaching, possibly later this year. They might stick together through a particular event to avoid backlash, but I don't think it'll be much longer after that. There's chatter behind the scenes, and it wouldn't surprise me if they go their separate ways. We've been seeing less of them lately, and Harry looks miserable. Sure, there was that video of them having a good time at a Beyoncé concert, but I suspect they do those things to stay in the media spotlight. I wouldn't be shocked if they eventually split, and I'm not afraid to say that I'm here for it. They've caused chaos everywhere they go. As for Meghan potentially writing a book before or after the separation, it's likely she'll play the victim in those books too. Leading with love doesn't seem to be her strong suit. The article also mentions Harry's involvement with Invictus, emphasizing that it's more his project than Meghan's. So why is she speaking at the event? I suspect it's a ploy to stir up drama and garner more headlines. There's a quote from someone called Nick, described as a brand and culture expert and a friend of Meghan from before she met Harry. Nick suggests that Meghan should forget about being a duchess and good works. He claims she's been isolated in Montecito, but it's hard to take this seriously. Nick also describes Meghan as fun and funny, which I find hard to believe. There doesn't seem to be much fun in the documentary or the Spotify podcast. Whose fault is that? If those weren't enjoyable, it's because Meghan didn't make them fun. The idea that Meghan will use Instagram to connect directly with fans around the world seems questionable. Who are these fans? And she's 100% a celebrity, but is that something to brag about? Nick suggests they should follow the Beckhams' example, where each half of the couple has their own thing. But it's amusing that he brought up the Beckhams, given Meghan's rumored jealousy of Victoria. And the article ends with the idea that Meghan could easily earn $1 million per post, which sounds like wishful thinking. In my opinion, this article appears to be an attempt to make Meghan look better and distance her from the victim narrative, with Harry being the supposed victim. But let's not forget that Meghan has built a career on playing the victim. I'm ready for the day they go their separate ways, and I'll continue to discuss their actions and behavior.